Flosstube. We're the real Housewives of Cross Stitch.
I'm Priscilla.
And I'm Chelsea.
This is Piper. She jumped right in her bed.
Ronnie.
And we're here to talk to you about our stitching this week. So we've been here a couple more times. No, only one more time this week, right?
Yeah, one time. So this Thursday, so 2 days ago, we did a garden live out in the yard at 7 o'clock. But after we do the lives, we always post them on our page, so you're able to go watch if you weren't able to join us then. A ton of participation, and we appreciate all of your questions, comments, commentary. Cash had a major meltdown, so we appreciate you sticking it through that. I think he was constipated the next day. He was... Oh my goodness. So I think he's just, upset. Okay, this, you want to show him first so we can take it up?
So we started our Christmas tier tray tidbits.
For Jolly July.
Right. And I'm going to tell you right now that they all have a jar theme this month. So it's going to be Christmas in a jar. So here we go. And I just wanted to show you this little tier tray came from the Target dollar spot last year. But they have them a lot. And if you live in a small place, that was my phone. If you live in a small place and you don't have room for a big tier tray, you could still fit like 4 tidbits on this little tiny tray that costs $5.
She's pointing at me. I have a tiny home.
Anyway, I have it sitting on a pedestal so you can see it, but normally it just sits on the counter or whatever, and
super
cute. Yeah.
These beads are the ones that were from Fat Quarter Shop. I don't know if they're back in stock, but you can always add the notify me button for when they do get in stock, and they'll send you an email and you can order them then.
I'm on that list too.
They had a bunch of different colors. I mean, obviously they went very quickly, as well as all their other tiered trays.
I got a couple of them, but I think that they were out of the patriotic ones and one other one. But they're a lot cheaper than, I've bought a bunch on Etsy, and they're a lot cheaper from Fat Quarter Shop than they are on Etsy.
Yes, if you're looking for a budget friendly.
I did get some patriotic ones last year from, I think, Walmart, that in the Pioneer Women's section.
While we're on just show and tell, we'll talk about this.
Yeah, I'll find that picture.
This is the this is the calendar crates board that we got at Hobby Lobby. So typically it comes like this. There's a wire basket on it that just has nuts on the back of it that you can take off. And then Mom gave me chalk paint to...
So we've seen a couple of people in our group that they've painted the whole thing white, but we just kind of wanted it, Chelsea liked the distressed look of it. So we left it just with a dry brush on it.
Right, so I took the chalk paint and I put it on a paper plate, and then just kind of, you spread your brush out and you dab your brush, and then you start painting instead of just taking a glob of paint and trying to
not soaking wet.
Across.
So what we hope to do is show you, I'll put the magnets on it this week, and we'll show you next week how it looks with against the white and then against the brown.
Somebody also said you can take this jar out, and a small mason jar fits in here too if you wanted to swap it out.
Blue?
Do a blue jar or green for Christmas.
That's good to know, because I'm so afraid that they're going to get broken.
They have purple jars. They did it like a special release. I don't know if it was last year, but Halloween time for purple jars would be really cool too. All right.
I don't think I've ever seen the purple one.
Yeah, because we were like, well, we're not going to get it.
I never thought about that for Halloween. No, that's a cute idea.
Yeah. Okay, so we did have some questions.
You're driving real slow in front of the house?
Yeah, maybe looking at your garden. We do have some questions
Oh, I wanted to show them this.
Oh, okay.
So remember last week when I told you if you can't find the wall basket for pumpkin picking day from Hobby Lobby, that I had Googled it and World Market, and they put it in my Instagram today, so here you go.
So it is World Market. Maybe I can go here. Hold on.
But if you just Google wall basket, but I think that the bigger size might fit okay for this. So if you can't get that, and maybe get this, and then if that comes back in stock, maybe you can return it or stick something else on it.
Whatever the case is.
Yep.
4th of July, we had an awesome day. Cash had a very special birthday. Everybody went down the jumpy house slide. There was no weight limit in the instructions, so I thought it was fine. Had a ton of food. It was 95 degrees. It was really hot. I don't know, we just had a really, really fun time.
Yes, it was very fun. It was hot.
It was very hot.
Food was good.
Yeah, he did a good job cooking.
Can you read this for him? So if you're in the Stitch Quarterly, I finished the fall piece this week, and I sent it back to Fat Quarter Shop. I can't show you, But if you want to finish it like mine, she's going to read you the item number.
So Stitch Quarterly, the fall piece. A lot of you are in that club.
Back Quarter Shop.
Yep. Yeah. HL 917-4339. It's a wall decor, fall 2021. So can't show you because that design is exclusive to them and they ship it out first. But once they release it, then she can put it on her blog with the information as well. But that piece might be sold out by then. What else did we do this week? I think that was it. Did we go out to dinner or anything?
Oh, we had pizza the night that we...
Oh, yeah. The night we did the live, we had some Illuminatis. My boyfriend does the keto thing, so they have a sausage crust pizza. We both thought it would be super greasy, but it wasn't. She had to babysit baby Jojo. I think that's it. It was a busy week as far as just clean. My house is still a disaster, just cleaning up everything.
My house is back to being a disaster.
And Cash doesn't understand, like, the jumpy house isn't his. He's like, he'll wake up in the morning and be like, where's my jumpy house? So I'm like, dude, you saw him take it away.
It's a rental.
Okay, so Nora, I've got a question. How do you store all your seasonal or monthly pieces? Ziploc bag, cloth bag, all seasonal or monthly pieces together?
So I don't put it in anything except for a bin. I do plastic bins. I'll bring one in here next week. Plus, like, that's mostly for my Christmas and Halloween. My regular, like, patriotic and spring and everything, there's 2 cabinets in my family room next to the fireplace. If you watch our home tour, the bottom of them, one of them is completely full of cross stitch. And I used to have my, the hutch I had before this new one, it had a bottom that had cross stitch all in it. And that's upstairs in the hallway now, so I could put it in there too. But I have a lot of it in bins down the basement, the plastic Rubbermaid clear totes.
A lot of her older pieces too, when she was stitching other designers, she had, like, now she has to finish everything on a new piece because we need it for trunk shows. But before, it was just taking the stitching off and storing that. Like, this would be stored and the finishing piece would be on display all year.
Like I've showed you guys right here in this drawer, I have all the...
That's the one. Yeah, that one. She has those just tucked in there, so it's not a ton to store her.
And this is like a stack like that.
Her Christmas is a lot to store.
And then the green cabinet in the hall, that's full of my the Little House Needleworks sampler months that I've done, the Prairie Schooler months. And so those go on a piece. So all it is the piece with the washers on the back.
Right.
And what else do I have in there? The With Thy Needle and Thread word plays. And then there's some seasonal Prairie Schoolers that go on like that white tray. Those are in there too. My kids' Christmas stockings are all in that green cabinet.
She got smart, and some of these finishing pieces like this, you can store your finishing pieces in there, or your picks, maybe just your picks on top. You could put them in here and store the pieces in a container. Under the bed totes work really well as far as keeping the stitching
So
flat.
If we weren't in business, this would not be finished on a separate piece. This would be magnets and washers, and they would just be flat in a little container somewhere. But because we have to go places and have everything on display, the only things that are like that are going to be the calendar crates and our the trucks.
Yeah, trekking along. What's in my truck? Well, that too.
And the backing up the truck, because I only bought one of those baskets. I should have bought 2 if they're... Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Okay, well, that one will be swapped out.
But it might be a good thing, because I might have to find something else to finish it on so that you can see a different thing.
Yep. Sherry, could you show us your quilt that you made last year from the reindeer jelly rolls?
Yeah, when it gets done.
Oh, you didn't finish that one?
We didn't make any quilts last year.
Oh, well, why don't you show that one? That one's a jelly roll. Bring that one over real quick. This is the same concept. I know you want to see that one, but that one's not finished. This is a jelly roll quilt. It's a quilt as you go. If you look on Fat Quarters YouTube, that's where we first learned how to do this. She shares how to do it.
I think this was the first one I ever made too, wasn't it? Or was it that one?
No, it wasn't that one.
Somebody sent me the jelly roll, and I made it.
Yeah, but what is this called? I loved this was the farmer's daughter or something.
Something like that.
Something. I love this fabric, but it's super simple. I mean, beginner quilter, you could do this. It's jelly rolls you just sew together. I mean, very, very, very.
And we did the quilts as you go, so you're sewing on to
batting. Kitty's being naughty. So he's super calm, super chill, always laying by her. Hi. Let's Cash pick him up. But when these videos are going on, like, he knows and he rampages through the house. I don't understand. Okay, just sit down, baby. Okay.
And I was gone the other day and I came home and like the toilet brush from the bathroom was in the middle of the family room floor.
She thought that
out of the container. And my portable charger was taken off the charger. He kills flies. So there must have been a fly in the house and he was just
he like can run and just Oh, I scared him. Okay, where did you find the frame for America the Beautiful?
Hobby Lobby. And it's on the back of the chart.
Yes. Great craft lady, just found your channel and fallen in love with your designs. Do you ever show how to stitch, especially on black Ada, and any tips?
No, but I was thinking just this morning that we should do another stitching in hand video just to refresh it.
Yeah, and we might do a live while we do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We just have to get, like, it has to be good lighting. We don't have a studio like Kimberly has where it's, you know, we have a...
Or help.
We have a living room. We get help sometimes, but we have a living room that we can do it in. But yes, we will work on doing that. Tips.
I just thought it would be fun to do another one because it's been, what, 2 years, 3 years?
Tips for stitching on black would be, a lot of people have started using the light boxes. If you did any paper crafting, those light boxes, they're like $20 on Amazon and they set that in their lap. If you don't want to spend that, if you have an iPad, some people put like a white screen on their iPad and they do that. A white sheet, a white towel, a white pillowcase. Stitching in bright light is really important. So we like daylight stitching.
I do none of those things.
I'm telling you tips that other people have
but I'm
used.
just going to say that if you have a good light, you're 100% effective, or if you get by the window during the day and can stitch, or you can stitch outside, both of those things really help too.
Yes. And stitching on Ada instead of doing the even weave, if you're having a problem with stitching on black, stitch on Ada. The hole, you can't see. The reason we stitch on even weave is because the holes are smaller when the finished piece, when you're looking at it, but you see the stitching more than you see the holes.
Right, and you
but
really
on black,
can't see that.
Right, on black you can't.
And the chalkboard black, I think, is easier to stitch on than plain black.
Because it has a gray overtone.
Mm-hmm. And we do show a lot of Kimberly's pieces. And like I said last week, but I had a whole blog post with her pieces. So you can see that you can't tell that it's Ada.
No.
And it's no difference.
Right. Stitch on whatever makes you comfortable. This is supposed to be fun. It's a hobby, not Okay, Rapunzel, can you briefly explain how you tea-dyed the aqua fabric? I'm planning to do it on lime green linen, but don't want to overdo it.
Lime green? Okay, so mix up your tea and coffee and don't make it like really, really strong. Just dunk a corner of it in there and see if it turns like immediately brown. And if it does, you might have to water it down.
Yeah.
But just test it. And then like, what do we do, like 20 seconds, 10 seconds? Because if you leave it just like a teensy bit, oh god,
they're out there spraying the yard and see how they're gonna get the plants.
I just want to go out there and say anyway, just test it and be careful, because if you go just a couple seconds over, it's like brown.
Yes.
And then I put it in the oven, but I don't know if you want to do that with linen, so you might just want to crunch it up maybe and just leave it to dry.
Yeah. Jamie, do you think that kitty corn, she loved the kitty corn, do you think that's a good kit for a first timer? So we're not doing the kitty, I don't even know what the pattern looks like for that. I just like the fabric. The one we just showed you is super easy. We did 4-inch squares for our first quilt, which is very easy. So if you buy the charm packs might be 5-inch squares, right?
Yeah.
But
I
you
still
can
have mine here.
Right, you can use those and you just sew them together.
Right, and we're going to be doing 2 different quilts with it. Mine is just going to be squares and hers is going to be like that, right?
A jelly roll, yeah. I haven't decided.
Okay. Oops.
She just dumped. She's getting it out for you. So these are the charm packs.
Are they 5s?
5-inch squares.
And then you make the smaller ones that are like 2.5, right?
Mini charms, yeah.
But that would be hard.
I mean, this would be just super simple. Those mini charms would be cute for a little pillow finish if you wanted to. Very cute. And Fat Quarter Shop has amazing tutorials as far as quilting goes. I think anybody can learn how to quilt. I mean, you won't be as good as Kimberly at your first time, but you're going to be able to catch on. They're very well explained. Cheryl, the only patriotic stitching I did was I just itched my boo on the camera. The only patriotic stitching I did was the American Spirit Stitch Quarterly. The colors jumped out at me and I had to stitch it immediately. It's now waiting to be FFO'd. Any suggestions? Did Priscilla finish this for Kimberly?
Yes. You
did it on that like white wicker frame, right?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I think that's what
I don't remember. But
on our blog.
Right. And not only that, but we have a bunch of finishing tutorials on our YouTube, on Fat Quarter Shop's YouTube. There's finishing tutorials with us, so you can see ways to finish that you don't have to do it exactly like what's on the chart if you can't find that.
Also, with that one, if you stitch it on like the called for fabric, which is like a darker tea dyed, I think something white would be really pretty to bring the white out in the stitches. Okay, so just walk around Hobby Lobby or Michael's and see what you can find. Wilson 3D Designs, a question I have is your Aunt All Good Night is stitched on even weave, but can I stitch it on 14 count Aida or will it be too big, or what count Aida would be comparable?
Exactly the same.
We stitch on 28 count.
It's 28.
Right, over 2 threads. Well, if they stitch on 28 count and they stitch over 1, it's not. We stitch over 2 threads,
that would be really cute though.
Yes, which would make it tiny. It'll be the same size. So our 28 count converts to a 14 count Aida. No problem. It'll be the exact same size unless we have a little bit of shrinkage on our actual finished product. But that's just our stuff. Louise, do you have any hired help at all? No. She's talking about like your yard, your everything, how you get it done. Priscilla,
I keep thinking I want a cleaning lady. I used to have one a long time ago when I had my craft business, and I feel like I could use one now, but
always looking at the flowers. One of our neighbors.
It's like a parade. We live in a cul-de-sac.
One of our neighbors is out there. He's kind of wacky. Priscilla, do you spend a lot of time deadheading, and do you garden by the phases of the moon? Her mother-in-law used to do that.
I have no clue what that is.
No.
And no, I do not spend a lot of time deadheading.
We talked about this a lot in our live. We purchase flowers that don't need a lot of attention, I guess, as far as deadheading. They need fertilizer, they need water consistently, but as far as that, no. All right, then...
I just turned the air conditioner down, I'm sweating.
Glenna, what kind of ribbon and width of ribbon should we get? She's having a hard time FFOing. So does it need to be wire edge, or will just plain ribbon work? Give me some tips.
Well, either one is fine. If you have a hard time making a bow, I think wired ribbon is more forgiving. My favorite probably is, what is that? Is that about 1.5 inches? Mm-hmm. Probably about 1.5 inches.
Northwest, southeast.
Smaller pieces. Yeah, I keep getting comments about that.
I'm gonna go out there with the compass. Don't worry.
If it like faced one direction and I knew exactly, I could say it.
We're on a cul-de-sac. But it doesn't need to be wired. You can use pipe cleaners or anything like that to keep it bunched up.
Right, but if you're gonna store, like if it's gonna be out all the time and you don't have to worry about the bow, don't worry about it. But if you're gonna store it, the bows with the wired ribbon, like here's a wider one and it looks really cute, but if I store this is gonna get smushed. But with the wired ribbon, I can just stick my fingers in here and bingo, it's ready.
Bingo. Sue, what quilt pattern will you be making with the kitty corn fabric? So we already...
Mine is just squares. Just squares.
We don't know.
I'm like really into the farmhousey, like I love the pinwheels in our farmhouse plaid, but that, if I tried to make that pattern, I'd have a quilt maybe in about 20 years. So.
Janet, what time was Cash born? 3:53 p.m. So I started labor at 8 a.m. I didn't get to the hospital till 11, and then he was born at 3:53. It was quick to me.
He could have been born sooner, but the doctor wasn't there.
Right, we had to wait for her to like get off her boat and everything. She told me, she's like, I have a party on July 4th. Don't be trying to have the baby. And I called her and I was like, I'm so sorry, but I think I'm in labor. I thought I had food poisoning. We called my mom and she was like, why haven't you called your doctor yet? And I was like, well, I thought I was just sick from something I ate. I don't know. Like, I couldn't walk. I couldn't get out of the shower.
No, I was packing the car with all the food that I was bringing to the party.
Yes.
So then I had to undo all the food because it was all like the flag cake with the Cool Whip and everything.
She went to the straight to the hospital instead of going to my house. Uncle Hunter went to my house and he was supposed to take the pulled pork out of the oven and he forgot. So it was like dry, crispy pulled pork. Okay, that's all the questions we have this week.
Okay. So for previous finishes, I thought I would show you some of our Christmas. Did I? Oh, we did. We did both of my pictures. So I can put
Wait,
this.
we have. Are we gonna talk about releases this week?
We can, yeah.
Where's the other one? So the first one was on Wednesday. That is the Tiered Tray Tidbits. This was the first in the Jolly July series. If you're not familiar with Jolly July, it is something that we do in collaboration with Kimberly Jolly from Fat Quarter Shop. You stitch any Christmas that you want. There's no rules. There's no cross-stitch police, whatever. Just stitch something holiday-ish for you. Okay, so Wednesday was Jolly Jar. And this was the first Tiered Tray Tidbit. You've got Santa in there. This is on the Michaels block, the red and white check one. She got these little wreaths. Oh, where's the star from? I've never seen that.
It's just a wood star that I put fabric on.
Oh, wow. That was intricate. You had to cut around it.
Yeah, it looks kind of messy, but I like it anyway.
No, it's cute. Okay, where'd you get the wreath?
Hobby Lobby last year.
But
they're
in like the dollhouse thing?
They're putting the Christmas stuff out. No, they like in the craft section.
So how it was last year is they put their Christmas out really early and then they didn't replenish a lot. So I don't know if it's going to be that way or if it was just because of COVID that happened last year. But if you're interested in little finishing doodads like this, I recommend getting them now. I know you're not ready for Christmas, but with Jolly July, you can be. Okay.
That was on the block from Michaels. Did we say that?
Yep, I said the red and white one.
Okay. Also, if you are like not into the tiered trays and you stitch a lot of ornaments, that's the same size as our ornaments, so you could have a whole
tree,
set of jarred Christmas ornaments.
Okay, then the next one was the Jolly Dapper Doodads.
The first one in the Dapper Doodads was Holly Jolly.
Holly Jolly. Somebody said that he was powerlifting the words.
Yeah.
Yes. Bench press is it or something? I don't work.
And then the Gingerbread Bakery was this week. So last week's I finished on a patriotic piece from Hobby Lobby, and I went there yesterday or the day before trying to get more, and they were gone because everything is 66% off in the patriotic section. So if you were lucky enough to get some of those signs. But this is finished on a paddle from Stitch Etc. on Facebook, and it's like the cream colored
distressed.
Yeah.
So you have Santa with his gingerbread houses. The gingerbread men are taking a little bath in their Rae Dunn bowls. And then where'd you get the...
So the candy cane was from Michael's last year, and I broke off the bottom so it would be shorter. Then I added... You're not supposed to get up close on that. Then I added...
Hillbilly finishing.
A gingerbread button that I put some baker's twine for the holes in it.
It's very cute. What about the ribbons? This is my favorite ribbon ever.
Yep, that's from Walmart last year and the year before, and the buffalo plaid might be from Walmart too.
Yes. I saw a really cool organizing trick on our Facebook page. Did you see it where she put buckets up on her wall and she put her picks in the buckets? That was really cute. I don't know, randomly. I know. All right, so our previous finishes are our Christmas designs. What do we got?
So Jolly and Mrs. Claus, Merry Mrs. Claus, right?
Merry Mrs. Claus, Jolly Claus. This was an ornament set. You can get them in paper copy as a set, or you can get them on our Etsy shop and fatquartershop.com as individual PDFs.
And show them the back. So I did a finishing tutorial on these, and I show you how to do, the backs of them. Aren't they cute? You could put something back there like your name or a tag or something.
Yes.
Whoa.
He's trying to rip the thing off the wall. All right, what's the next one?
Sorry.
Oh, Holiday Hen?
Yes.
Holiday Hen. This was finished on one of those galvanized.
Right. And I saw
barns.
some at my Hobby Lobby with the spring stuff still for 50% off. It was just missing the the thing, which mine is missing too. The
cupola.
weather vane.
Oh, weather vane. Okay.
But it's so cute.
This one you can get as a PDF in our Etsy shop.
And this was a favorite of a lot of people's last year. This is up on the housetop. And I know a lot of you couldn't get this frame last year, so you might want to start searching your Hobby Lobby for it. It has those red and white beads. And there's a saying underneath here. But if you didn't, you know, if your piece is not finished yet, you can maybe try to get this frame this year. And then these picks were also from Hobby Lobby, so is the buffalo plaid Christmas tree.
This one is available as PDF or paper pattern.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then for the last of our Christmas, well, I'll have more next week, but the last that I want to show today, the patriotic.
Delivering Christmas, freedom delivery. They're available on our Etsy shop. They are under the patriotic. And
there might
Christmas
be one more,
section.
and was this a freebie?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one more that I didn't bring up. This was the freebie that comes with one of them.
Guys, names are hard.
I bet there's another long one.
Yeah.
But these were our patriotic Santa.
Because Mom has a patriotic tree that she puts up at Christmas time. It's usually right by the bathroom door.
And this, we did another finishing tutorial on these where I made the ornaments bigger and then decorated the backs.
This is the tape from...
Yeah, twill tape.
Yeah.
And it was perfect for these. Plus there's that Lori Holt vintage trim on there, and then I did the buttons on the front. I'm just trying to see if these were any different. No, the same. But anyway, you could turn these into tidbits too if you wanted a patriotic set of tidbits.
I love this. This is my favorite. These little like cookie cutters looking things. I love it. It's a cookie cutter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, but so anyway, you can find that tutorial on our YouTube page.
You can find the tutorial too.
Yeah. And I think I might have linked it the last time I showed. Maybe I did. Yeah, I did. The last, when I did the jar tidbit, I think I put it on there for how to finish.
Okay.
All right. We don't need to show these. My haul.
I don't have that one.
You do too.
Mm-mm.
You do.
I don't.
You do. They only had one anyway. She does have this one. She's brought it over here and drank out of it. And this is Faith, Hope, and Love, and it's light pink.
I like that one. Did I get any haul? Oh, I got Plant Queen as a gift. I think that was it. Yesterday I went and they didn't have anything. Nothing.
They had those.
Oh, they had ice cream, you scream, and a scoop. Here's a Christmas
It
ornament.
was in my lap.
Okay, so you have whips.
Yes.
I stitched the Jolly Jar, I stitched the Dapper Doodad, and I stitched the October Calendar Crate Small, which we can't show you yet. We'll probably show you next week. No, maybe 2 weeks.
I'm working on the little skater girl.
She was a skater girl.
And I did one length of the white floss. Look at how much that pops now.
Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is Tea Coffee Dyed. So if you watched our older videos, this is all we used to stitch on. So Tea Coffee Dye white really pops on Tea Coffee Dye.
And we have a tutorial on that too.
An old school tutorial. Go back and watch that. That's fun.
All right, and I finished the second flower. I did the insides and all the leaves around it and started going over to the third flower. Those big flowers are gonna kill me. They're not that big, but it's like, so hard to decide what color to do next. But I think it looks really pretty. This is the Serendipity Charity Stitch Along with Fat Quarter Shop for Make-A-Wish. Kimberly's is already done because I finished it this week for her. So you'll see that on her channel. And it's a Christmas miracle.
You finished?
Done. Done and started the next.
This was what year?
2009. I can't believe it took me this long to do the ice skating Santa. Can you?
No.
Yeah. Weird.
He's more of a hockey Santa.
Yeah. But he has figure skates wrapped around him too.
And where's the next star? This. The next one she started is the Prairie Schooler 2020 Santa with the bunnies.
And all
With the bunnies.
Right. I thought it was a very appropriate. All I got done was his hat.
You're gonna end up frogging at least one of them.
Let's stick a plant hanging out of a zinnia hanging out of each one of their mouths. It's pathetic.
Say it's butt.
So my neighbor across the street, they plant a lot of zinnias too. He's like, yeah, they're coming up all over. I don't have any problems. His yard isn't even fenced in. My yard is fenced in, so they got to be living back here. There needs to be a big eviction notice.
Did you see how tall Melissa's are? Her zinnias? Boob high for the 4th of July. We loved it.
That's not nice.
Oh. Well, that's what she said.
Oh.
I didn't say that. She said it.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so today's the deadline for the Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine, so you know that I'm not done yet. But I've been working on it, and this is the fall.
You're gonna show a whole thing?
It's really, really cute. I made a mistake on one of the things, so I had to rip it out. So that'll be finished and on its way.
We got a gift from Ellyn. Ellyn sent us this wonderful card. She has actually started to make these and sell them. She's selling them on Galilee-life.com. She's working on a website, but she said that'll take time. But they're absolutely gorgeous.
Aren't they cute?
America the Beautiful ornaments. Look at how awesome. These are beautiful. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
So cute. Love those.
All right. And then we had giveaways last week.
Well, let's do what's new at Fat Quarter Shop and show them that stuff, and then we'll...
Okay. Well, okay. So
we showed them that last week, though.
Right, but it goes with this. That's why. Right. So this is the cross stitch pattern that we showed you last week. This is in the Lori Holt Kaleidoscope quilt book, but it also includes a cross stitch piece in it. So there it is. They also have the antique white dyed fabric flare. They have a Kaleidoscope DMC floss kit.
Isn't that pretty?
They have a floss ring holder. So if you're not familiar with these, you just take your floss and put them on here. Mm-hmm. And I think you can write on these with like magic eraser type things. The cross stitch finishing dots. So we showed these last week. She also talked about how she's using them now to like keep her library cards on the back of her finishes. So you can use them for multiple things. And then the green bags. I don't know that we showed the green bags last week. We had gray.
She told a funny story on her live this week about how her in-laws were over and her father-in-law was touching her cross stitch, and then her husband was trying to explain to them how she sends stuff to me and it comes back
finished
with Hobby Lobby or some store.
Yes.
It was funny.
Woo! Did you see? The bird just was on our screen looking in, like we're peeping toms. Okay, so
it's like a parade around here.
We had giveaways last week. We loved reading about your patriotic pieces. Mm-hmm. We hope you had a good 4th of July or fun, at least a little bit of fun. We went to fireworks too. They were late at night, but Cash rallied through it. He took a little mini nap after the Jumpy House left and then rallied all night. So the first one was Sunflower Street, and that is a...
Is that it?
Yeah. That is a PDF. So again, if you win, tell me what you won. And send your physical address if it's something that I have to physically send to you. If it's just a PDF, you don't need to send it. I can just email it back to you. So the first one was 3 opportunities to win the Sunflower Street, and this is part of our Sunflower Tiered Tray Tidbit series. Mm-hmm. That goes to Elsie Switcher, Donna Merrifield, and Kay Nielsen. The next one was the Holly Jolly doodad, and that goes to E.R. Rose Quilts, Sue Allen, and Pamela Regan, maybe.
I can't wait to see what you guys do with the doodads.
Can you hold that one up? Next up is 3 opportunities to win the paper copy of Scarecrow Bakery. That goes to Tori Mason, Michelle Ellie, and Jennifer Dayton. Next, we had 5 opportunities to win the Fat Quarter Shop bundle. So you get this red bag, super cute. And they've done tutorials before where you can monogram these or stitch on them, whatever you want to do. Or just leave it as a bag. You get the 2 sizes of the stitch dots. You get the set I of the Lori Holt stitch cards. The number 11 and 12 of the Prim Stitch series. My stomach is growling. And then Flea Market flowers. This is a gorgeous design. I've seen so many, like, one person did like a yellow
sunflowers. Yeah,
and
it looks like sunflowers.
Really pretty. Okay, so the winners of this, and thank you Fat Quarter Shop and team, Kimberly and team at Fat Quarter Shop. God almighty. Lord help us. Michelle Ford, Dana Coleman, Leslie Mannion, Kathy Massarelli, and Sharon Mueller. The next one is the gray bag, and this was aimed towards quilters. So you're gonna get the Kaleidoscope Quilt Book by Lori Holt that we just showed. The Among the Stars Again Block of the Month Club, and I said that this would look really pretty in that kitty corn fabric. Maybe, I don't, I'm not a professional, I don't know. You get one of these cute little cutting boards. A festive quilt pattern. This is by It's So Emma, designed by Crystal. This one was designed by Sarah. That's called Embark. Then the Oregon Trail template set. And this goes to, there are 3 opportunities to win this. Libby Stitches, The Quilt Junkie, and Alice Van Bibber. Congratulations. I'm gonna get this back in the bag. Next up was the Fine Floss, and that was in the purple colors. That goes to Amy Mathis. Then we had the cross stitch clutch.
Oh, I think that was on the table up here, right here.
The cross stitch clutch. This is by Starlight Stitching Co. And they're on Etsy. You can hold your floss. I did it. Hold on.
They're so cute.
I used mine for the. It's not very neat, of course. It's not. Come on. I'm very organized. Like, this is how I get through my life. For the wrong holiday, I used it for my October stitching. Maybe you're not supposed to see those. Sorry. Sneak peek. Whoops.
That's fine. That's for the next calendar.
October calendar crate. Yep. So this, it goes to Beth Maxey. Congratulations. Then we had 5 pick a chart. So you will email me what chart you want. It's going to be PDF. So whatever is in our Etsy shop. If you want one of like these releases that are coming out, if you have what you want, again, just say I won.
Until the first of next month, but you can just postpone it. But just tell her.
Right. Just tell me that you won so I can cross you off. And then don't forget to ask when you need the chart. Marcy Courtney, Debbie Morin, Bonnie Warner, Kim Cloak, and Katie Brown. Then we had the Tidbit Ta-Das challenge. It's not a challenge, it's like a celebration. Tidbit Ta-Da celebration, where you posted pictures of all of your tiered tray tidbits or tidbits. It doesn't have to be on a tiered tray. It can be in like a hutch if you don't do the tiered tray, whatever the case is. But the winners are Betty Nathan, Lisa Charbonneau, and Claire Swinfin. What did they win?
Was it $20?
$20 for our Etsy shop, so just let us know what you'd like.
We don't remember.
People are going to be like, we won $100. You said we could have a lifetime chart. Just kidding. Okay, so we've got giveaways today. These are courtesy of us and Fat Quarter Shop. First of all, we'll do ours. The first one.
First of all, like the video and be a subscriber to enter. And then in the comment section below, for all of you that ask and send by email, send by Facebook message, send by Instagram.
Knock it off.
Yeah. Comment section below this video.
Just kidding. The first one, number 1, we're going to try to not get off on our numbers. Number 1 is going to be the Jolly Jar. 3 opportunities to win that. Number 2 is 3 opportunities to win the Gingerbread Bakery. This is the Dapper Doodad, so it's a 4-inch by 4-inch. Still okay to do an ornament out of it if you didn't want to do a tier tray. Number 3 is 3 opportunities to win Pumpkin Picking Day. This is the first in the Back Up the Truck series. That's number 3.
And that'll be a regular chart.
Yeah, paper chart. Number 4 is going to be 3 opportunities to win the paper chart of the August.
Yep. And
September calendar.
the July is hanging on my wall. So, hey, where's the white thing? Can we just hold it on there and see what it looks like? Yeah, that's going to look really pretty. So,
September. 3 opportunities to win September. That was 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5 is gonna be a bundle, and there's gonna be 5 opportunities to win said bundle. So we're gonna start with a green bag, Mad for Plaid. So they had gray and red last time. Then you're gonna get the kaleidoscope, cross stitch and quilt book. You're going to get the DMC kit that you need to stitch the design. The fabric flare Ada. This is 14 count. You're gonna get both sides of the cross stitch dots.
both sizes.
Both sides. And you're gonna get both sides. The floss keeper. And a smile.
I think that's it.
And a smile. That's not it. I mean, that's a lot.
No, but we had a bag from Fat Quarter Shop with our
So that is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 opportunities to win that.
we had this. Is it the floss of the month?
No.
Oh, and this is the sampler of the month from Fat Quarter Shop that goes with the Country Cottage Needlework series. This is August. It's really cute.
Okay. So those are the giveaways we have.
You don't see that envelope anywhere with the floss?
No. Next week. Our Floss Frenzy?
No, the floss fix.
No.
We had the 3 of them, and then one of them we give away. This one.
We'll do it next week. That's fine.
I'm gonna look over here.
Huh?
I'm gonna look over here. Oh, all the pumpkins fell out of that thing. Oh my gosh, what the heck could I have done with it?
When is are they doing a stitch along with the kaleidoscope? So they are doing a stitch along. It starts July 28th, 4 weeks of it. So you're able to see it then.
I gotta find that envelope. Hey, Bird, did you take it? The cat took it.
Okay, so those are the giveaways that we have for this week. What do we have in store next week? So we are finishing up the chart for Punch Needle Primitive Stitch of the fall design. I think that's it. We don't have anything planned. So
Nope.
but we hope to have you share all your progress and things on Facebook and Instagram as usual. Oh, I was gonna say, I was watching TikTok yesterday, and I don't know if any of you guys have seen him, but it's like an Italian guy who shares all of his food. You've talked to me about him before too. Oh my gosh, he makes these feasts that look so good. So good. You should check him out if you,
I would weigh 900 pounds if I lived anywhere near him.
Yes, I mean, just everything that
Like,
you can even think
unbelievable.
of.
Yeah.
Okay, we appreciate you spending your time with us.
All right, we gotta ask a question.
Oh yeah, what's the question?
So follow us on Instagram at Priscilla Blaine, at Chelsea356, Priscilla's2000 on Facebook, and Priscilla's2000.blogspot.com, where you can see more of all the finishing and where to get this and where to get that. And don't forget, if you're in the Stitch Quarterly, that number that she gave earlier, if you want to finish it like I did for them, there's your number. Also, the wall baskets from World Market might be a good substitute for this one. So maybe one of you can get one and see how big it is and let us know.
Who wants to be the test person?
What else?
What
If
question?
you get your finishing inspiration from us, tag my blog. We'd love to see your projects. Tell us what you're cooking this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Her stomach's growling and making me hungry.
We're gonna go get pedicures, I think. And then go out to lunch. All right, we
Or
appreciate
we might do it in the other order because.
We appreciate you spending your time with us. We will see you next week.
Bye.